Hey, welcome back. And of course, welcome back to the Sports Plug. We are here, Super Bowl 55 halftime show on the Sports Plug. We are going to recap the first half, what we just saw. We also are going to, I'm going to watch a little bit of the weekend, and then we'll come back and recap a
I'm
little
not
bit
watching
more.
that.
I am. And then we're going to recap a little bit more of the first half, and then we'll, of course, join you guys again for the post-game show. With that being said, we'll get into this real quickly when it comes to, please make sure you like and share this broadcast. Also, if you are on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe on the YouTube page. And if you are on Twitch, please make sure you check us out on Twitch as well. With that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. The Chiefs are down 6-21 against Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yep.
The first couple of after this first half, we're gonna get a little bit into it, and then we'll come back into it. Like I said, after the halftime show is over. But what you saw in this first half, what would you like to describe what you saw?
I mean, it was sloppy, just sloppy, man. 8 penalties to 1 penalty from Tampa Bay. It is just sloppy. The secondary, I mean, just bad. It has just been, and I've seen a lot of people on social media complaining about the referees. There have been a lot of people saying, "Oh, these are the worst referees. These are bad calls. Let them play." At the end of the day, you go out there and you play your game. You don't allow the refs to basically take the game from you. Whether or not you think it's a bad call or not, you shouldn't be putting it in the ref's hands, to call those penalties. In the secondary, I will say it has been bad. Definitely Tampa Bay is taking advantage of the man coverage. They're taking advantage of the mismatches in the secondary. It was kind of a point that we touched on in the pregame of how are they going to, set up these formations so that they can take advantage of these mismatches? And that is exactly what they're doing. They're doing a great job of running the ball. They're doing a great job of running screens and running play action passes. And when they run the play action, it's man to man, and they are beating them man to man. It's as simple as that.
Christine asks, at what point does it actually change the game, though, to where you can't overcome them? And also, Greg says, Ishmael with the cop-out answers. You love to see it.
How's that a cop-out?
I don't know. Let Greg be
Yeah,
Greg. Anyways,
I'm
what Christine is asking, and what we talked about in the pre-show, and you can go back and go rewatch it, I said the first half is not going to matter. No matter the score, no matter the penalties, the whatever goes on this first half. Everybody throw it away. It's 0-0. We are about to start. We are going to see Showtime Mahomes. We are going to see Tom Brady play his best too. He's gonna throw it. He almost threw an interception. It could have been an interception if it wasn't for that holding call, but he might throw an interception. It's going to be guns a-blazing. It's the reason why I picked this game to be a high-scoring game, because I expected both of these offenses to do what they are doing right now. The Chiefs just have not been able to punch it in, but I expect them to do it in the second half because
what I'll say about the Chiefs, what I'll say about that, because you're making a great point as far as adjustments are going to be made at halftime, and then you should see adjustments as far as more points being scored in the second half. Maybe not from the Tampa Bay side, maybe from the Tampa Bay side, it may be a more conservative game plan. But from the Chiefs, like you said, guns are blazing. Now's the time. This is the last game. You ain't got anything to hold back now. You might as well let it all go. And I think you saw it in the last drive that they had. Travis Kelce, he was pretty much non-existent until that last drive. He even had a real crucial drop. Tyreek Hill, let me just say this as a defensive guy myself.
Catching off his face.
Let me just say this, Todd Bowles. As a defensive guy, hats off to you, sir.
Got the men up on
out. This game plan
because you said in the pre-show ish the way to stop him, you got to press him.
You got to press him.
All right, then.
Hey, I've been saying it. You see them, they're putting people in his face, and then even when they don't put somebody in his face, they got a safety that is already at 20 yards and still backpedaling at the snap of the ball. So they are doing a great job on Tyreek Hill. And one of the things that I will say about that is Mecole Hardman, where are you at? You missed the wheel route. You got to turn your head and be ready for the ball. Then you are wide open and you stop running. This guy, come on. This is prime for you to step up. Look at how they're keying on Travis Kelce. Look at how they key on Tyreek Hill. And you are non-existent. Sammy Watkins, he is not 100%. I think he's still hurt, and they're trying to use him as a decoy because Sammy Watkins, same thing. non-existent. I don't know where he's been. I don't even see them trying to get him the ball. So that's another thing that to point out for this Kansas City offense.
Now, I have a question for you, Ish. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Oh no,
You're
no,
a
go
Chiefs
ahead.
fan. You watched your Chiefs team a lot throughout the season, and of course in past seasons. We see them all the time are able to overcome their mistakes and overcome bad play in the first half, and also even in the second half, and still win games. Could this be the game where these mistakes catch up to them and where they are not able to overcome, besides the referees, besides whatever else is going on against them? I'm talking about just playing against Tom Brady and playing in this stage of what we have going on right now. Could we see these mistakes finally mount up for the Kansas City Chiefs and actually bite them in the butt to where they lose a game they might not supposed to if they just played their game that they should have in the first place, right?
Let me just say this. I'll address Christine's question because she said, at what point does it actually change the game, though, to where you can't overcome them? I'm going to say it right now. If they don't come out in the second half, when they get the ball and they don't score, you should start to be worried, okay? Especially if they don't score or they kick a field goal and then they don't stop Tampa Bay or get a turnover on that side of the ball. The reason why I would say that you should be concerned on that point is because Tampa Bay, what they're doing right now, they're not beating you real deep. They're doing, they're running rub routes and beating you underneath. They're running little screens. Yep. They're dinking and dunking. They're running the ball against the team that's doing that and is successful in doing that. You're not going to be able to come back because they're keeping the ball and they're not making mistakes. So you got to score. Your first drive is important in the second half. You got to score a touchdown. Your first drive coming out. And then you got to get some stops. The defense were able to get stops the first drive. They looked all right coming out. And then once the adjustments were made by Bruce Arians and Byron Leftwich, I mean, it has changed the game. They just can't be stopped right now. I think the Tampa Bay, if they can get a stop in that first possession for Kansas City, yeah, it might be curtain time, even with all the comebacks and stuff like that. It's just because they're holding the ball, man. They are really holding the ball well. They're doing a great job. And like Fred did point out, they are getting pressure with Ford, but we knew that.
JPP, Shaq Barrett, they're there. They are there.
We already knew they were going to get pressure with Ford. That wasn't anything that I don't think any Chiefs fan out there was like, oh, I don't think they're going to get pressure with Ford. We knew it. The problem, and Mahomes has done well against it.
Can we also maybe talk about a little bit of the presence of Vita Vea? We talk about him in pregame show. They use him not on defense, but also on offense as a blocker, even though they did not score that touchdown. And, just imagine if they did. I mean, maybe the Bucs might be up by 28 points to 6. So, maybe you'd be up by 3 possessions.
There's a lot to say they could be up by more. There's a lot to say that they could be up by more. That was terribly sloppy. That was terrible. That first half from the Kansas City side, I mean, it pretty much doesn't get worse than that. That was just...
No, you're correct on that one. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and check out this halftime performance by the Weeknd. And y'all tune in. Y'all stay here with Ish. Ish might keep y'all company, but I'll be right back. No, okay, well, we're going to keep this live. We're not going anywhere with the stream. It will be live, but I will be back in about 15 minutes. You join us back after the Weeknd's performance, and we'll be right back with the Sports Plug. See you guys.
All right. Nah, I'm keeping y'all company. I decided let me go check this out real quick.
Yeah, go check it out. I know you want to. Yeah.
I don't want to check it out, but I'm going to do it real quick. I'm back from the halftime performance. I don't know how many of y'all stuck around and didn't want to view that halftime performance. But if you are still here, make sure that you go check out 7 Spice Cajun Seafood. And March 1st through the 7th of 2021, you can enjoy a free chicken tender basket on the Sports Plug. All you got to do is mention the Sports Plug. Make sure you take a picture with your meal or of your meal. Share that on Facebook or Instagram. And tag 7 Spice in the Sports Plug in that. Free food. And that's March 1st through the 7th. All right. Make sure you go check out 7 Spice Seafood, Cajun Seafood. Check them out. Check them out.
Thank you, Ish, for that. Thank you for go ahead and letting the people know that they can get them a free chicken basket free chicken tender basket from 7 Spice Cajun Seafood Restaurant. All right. With that being said, we just got done watching The Weeknd perform his halftime show. Let's hear everybody's thoughts about it. Everybody that's tuning in on the comment section, please let us know how you feel about the halftime show. Ish, what you think?
It was all right. I mean, I could have missed it, and really, I would have been all right. I got an Us vibe when they were on the field with all the people with the bandages and stuff. I was kind of like, oh, if they told me this was a music video for the movie Us, I would have been like, oh yeah, I definitely see that right there. But other than that, I mean, I don't really know what the man spent $7 million on other than maybe the fireworks. And I guess you got to pay all the people that were there. But yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, so I mean, I ain't gonna lie, you kind of took all the words out of my mouth on that one because I was expecting a little more. I thought, I ain't gonna lie, after the stage part, he went through the glowy effect. I thought we were about to go through the carnival with to go to the carnival ride where you go through all the little mazes and the mirrors and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was expecting, okay, here it comes, it's about to get lit, and it didn't, and I'm very disappointed, low key, because I expected better, and I actually like The Weeknd's music when it comes to like his catalog. His catalog of music is nice. So the songs are nice. Like, so all the songs are nice. I just expected more, and I'm just.
It was all right. I mean,
we might not even remember this next year. All right. With that being said, y'all didn't come here to hear us talk about The Weeknd. We are here to talk about, of course, the halftime show, and to finish off talking about the first half. Before we get into the second half, Christine says the halftime show was underwhelming. Not bad, but
I agree,
underwhelming. I definitely understand and agree on that one. All right, let's go ahead and get back into the first half of things. The Buccaneers' first drives. And my bad, before I get into it, let me go ahead and put Nick's comment on there. He says, what about the jock straps on the performers they're wearing? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I saw that too. And the red jackets, same thing with you, Ish. I felt like it was Us. I thought it was like the movie Us. Like, are y'all telling us something like we got doppelgangers or something like that? What's going on? Let us know something the Weeknd. But yeah, I didn't understand that part too. But again, The Weeknd is a visual creator of sorts, and maybe, like I said, another day or two he'll let us know why he did that, and everybody be like, oh wow, look, he's a genius. We'll wait and see. All right, like I said, let's get back to the game. The Bucs started off real slow to me in the first half, with the first drive being a 3-and-out. After that, they had a couple of good plays, got sacked on third with the punt they had on that second drive. After that, that's when they got it going. They were able to have that first throw and catch to AB. AB with a nice little stiff arm. Fournette got running. And then also you get the first touchdown to Gronk. And after that, I just honestly felt like that was the moment that has finally got them to where they are now when it comes to this cohesion. Because I don't know if you heard what they said coming into this game. Jim Nantz said Tom Brady said that they haven't played their best game yet. And maybe tonight might be that. We have to wait and see in the second half and see if they can complete this game. But the first half, they started off slow, ended the half, to me, I felt like very well. And also with that last drive with a minute left to go, they pretty much pulled off the same thing that they did in the NFC Championship game against the Packers, and were able to steal points at the end of the half. Ish.
I mean, yeah, I agree. They started out slow, like you said, and then they really picked it up. They made the adjustment, even with the turnover on downs at the goal line. I mean, they were at the goal line, so they made their adjustments and they were able to move the ball against the Chiefs defense. So you definitely want to see what the Chiefs do coming out in the second half. How do they make an adjustment on defense? Do you continue going man to man? Because that's one thing about Spagnuolo. He likes to bring the pressure, but what it's doing is exposing his secondary, and that secondary is getting burnt at the moment.
And that's the question I have for you and Chiefs fans out there. There are mismatches all on the field. You can't have Tyrann Mathieu on Gronk. You can't have him on Mike Evans. You know, you could put him on AB, but we just saw what happened. So I'm not saying Tyrann Mathieu is a weak link. I'm not saying that at all. But with all of the DBs that you have around, it's really for Tom Brady to pick his poison. If you see the mismatch with Breland and Gronk, I'm gonna give it to you. If I see the mismatch with Honey Badger or Mike Evans, I'm gonna take that mismatch any day because I trust in my guys more than I trust that defense.
And that's one good point you made. Seeing the mismatch, he has been doing that. He is reading it before the play even starts. And one thing you've noticed is you're bringing the pressure, but the pressure's not getting there because he's getting the ball out of his hands. He sees the mismatch. He immediately is going straight to that mismatch. Like every single play you've seen where he's gotten a receiver and he's hit him, like he read the defense before the play even started. There's not a lot of stemming. It's a lot of stagnant players on the Chiefs defense. You need to disguise the coverage a little more. Disguise the blitz. There have been a couple times where they've been successful in getting at him, and those have been the times when they've moved or they've disguised the blitz. They've disguised the coverage. They need to keep doing that. More of that will help them out and get there. If you're going to bring the pressure, you got to get there. If you don't get there, he's going to get it out quick, and you're going to see more of the same in the second half.
We saw Tom hold the ball just a little bit on a couple of plays. Not too much. He did get sacked one time on that third down play, and that forced that punt. Other than that, you've seen on the other side of the ball with Patrick Mahomes, him able to escape pressures and also run for a first down on third down, being able to, of course, do what he's done in the regular season. But with Patrick Mahomes, he is going to have to, and I think he will step up his game in the third quarter. He will get the Chiefs back into this game. It will be a one-score game going into the fourth quarter. The question is, will Patrick Mahomes finish the job, or will Tom Brady, if he still has the lead in the fourth quarter, can he hold on to that lead? Because usually we are used to seeing him playing from behind in the third or fourth quarter in a Super Bowl and coming back and leading his team and winning the Super Bowl, right? So if he has a lead, this game could be. I'm not saying it's over with. I'm just saying we can see a let's go ahead and sweat the clock out type of Brady.
Well, Edwards-Helaire just broke a big run to start out, and we need to see more of that, more running.
All right. Well, we're going to the second half, and we'll see y'all guys on the post game show at the Sports Plug.